we want you to know.
When we talk about politics in America, the conversation almost always ends up revolving around the two major parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. For many years, the Democratic Party has been one of the most powerful political forces in the country. It has produced presidents, shaped laws, and guided the nation's culture. Many of its leaders claim to be champions of progress, equality, and fairness. But in recent years, a growing number of people, both inside and outside the party, have started to ask a serious question. What has gone wrong with the Democrats? Why do so many Americans feel that this party, which once claimed to stand for the common man, has drifted away from core values? Why do so many parents, families, and ordinary citizens feel left out and even attacked by its agenda? Today, critics argue that the Democratic Party is no longer the party of working-class families, traditional values, or common sense. Instead, it has become a political machine driven by extreme ideologies, social experiments, and divisive cultural battles. In this script, we're going to look closely at what exactly has gone wrong with the Democrats. We'll talk about how they are missing family values, how their policies are destroying the American family, how they have failed when it comes to school choices, and how they have pushed agendas around transgender issues, LGBTQ politics, and extreme ideologies that have left many Americans feeling betrayed. Let's start with the first issue: family values. For generations, the family has been seen as the backbone of American society. It is in the family where children are raised, where traditions are passed on, and where moral values are built. But today, critics say the Democrats are missing family values altogether. Instead of encouraging strong marriages, healthy parenting, and stability in the home, Democrats seem more interested in pushing government programs that replace the role of parents. Their policies often promote dependency on the state rather than responsibility within the family. Welfare systems, while originally intended to provide temporary help, have in many cases encouraged broken homes by rewarding fatherless households and making long-term government support more attractive than building a strong family structure. Instead of teaching the importance of two parents raising children together, the Democrats often downplay traditional roles, mocking them as outdated or oppressive. In doing so, they ignore the fact that children raised without stable families are more likely to struggle in school, face poverty, and even end up in the criminal justice system. By abandoning family values, the Democrats are failing the very foundation of American society. But the problem goes deeper. It is not just that Democrats are missing family values, it is that their policies are actively destroying the family. Over the years, Democrats have supported cultural shifts that weaken the idea of family as we have traditionally understood it. Instead of protecting marriage between a man and a woman, they have redefined it. Instead of promoting fatherhood and motherhood, they have pushed gender-neutral parenting, erasing the unique and natural roles that men and women bring to the home. Through media, education, and politics, Democrats encourage children to see traditional families as just one option among many, not as the strongest and healthiest model. In many cities controlled by Democrats, single-parent households are the majority, and generations of families have grown up in cycles of poverty, violence, and government dependency. Instead of addressing this crisis by strengthening families, the Democrats double down on policies that make the problem worse. More handouts, more government interference, and more disregard for the importance of stable families. This destruction of the family has had devastating consequences for communities across the United States. The failures don't stop there. Another huge problem with the Democratic Party is their stance on education and school choices. For decades, parents have been pleading for better schools for their kids, especially in poor neighborhoods. But instead of empowering parents with the freedom to choose the best schools, whether public, private, or charter, the Democrats fight to keep children trapped in failing public schools. Why? Because they are tied to powerful teachers, unions that care more about money and politics than about kids. Democrats talk about equality and opportunity, But when it comes to education, their policies often block innovation, shut down alternatives, and protect a broken system that hurts students. In cities like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles, families are desperate for school choice, but Democrats almost always side against them. The result? Millions of children, especially minority kids, are denied the chance to get a good education. Instead of putting children first, the Democrats put their political allies first, and in doing so, they sacrifice the future of countless young Americans. Perhaps one of the most controversial areas where Democrats have gone wrong is in their promotion of transgender ideology. Instead of protecting children from confusion and harm, Democrats have become champions of pushing transgender policies into schools, sports, and even medical decisions. They encourage schools to teach children about gender identity at very young ages, sometimes without even informing parents. They push for boys who identify as girls to compete in girls' sports, taking away fairness and opportunities from young women. Even more alarming, Democrats often support laws that allow minors to undergo life-altering medical treatments, such as puberty blockers or surgeries, sometimes without parental consent. Many doctors and psychologists warn about the dangers of rushing children into such decisions, but Democrats ignore these concerns in the name of political correctness. For many parents, this is one of the clearest signs that the Democratic Party has lost touch with reality and is willing to sacrifice the well-being of children to satisfy a radical agenda. Connected to this is the Democrats' overwhelming focus on LGBTQ politics. While most Americans support equal rights for everyone, what Democrats are doing goes far beyond equality. They have become obsessed with promoting LGBTQ issues in every part of society: schools, media, businesses, and government. Children's books, TV shows, and classroom lessons are filled with LGBTQ messaging, even for kids who are far too young to understand these concepts. Businesses are pressured to take political stands or risk being labeled as hateful. Ordinary people who hold traditional beliefs about marriage or gender are shamed, silenced, or even punished. Instead of allowing freedom of speech and thought, Democrats push a culture where only one viewpoint, their viewpoint, is acceptable. This extreme focus on LGBTQ politics has created division and resentment, leaving many Americans feeling like their values and voices no longer matter. But perhaps the biggest problem of all is that the Democratic Party has embraced extreme ideology in almost every area of life. Whether it's on race, gender, climate, or economics, the Democrats often push ideas that are far outside the mainstream of American thought. They encourage young people to see their country as racist and broken, instead of proud and full of opportunity. They promote radical climate policies that destroy jobs and hurt working families, all while making little real difference to the environment. They push for open borders, allowing millions of illegal immigrants to enter the country, straining resources and communities. They embrace cancel culture, identity politics, and division instead of unity, debate, and respect. In short, Democrats are no longer the party of common-sense solutions. They have become the party of extreme ideology. So what is wrong with the Democratic Party in the United States? The answer is clear. They are missing family values, destroying the traditional family, failing America's children in education, pushing dangerous transgender policies, obsessing over LGBTQ politics, and embracing extreme ideologies that divide the nation. Instead of focusing on what unites Americans, faith, family, freedom, and hard work, they have chosen to focus on what divides us. Instead of lifting people up, they are tearing down the very foundations of society. And that is why so many Americans today are turning away from the Democrats. They want leaders who respect family values, who protect children, who give parents real choices, and who focus on unity instead of division. They want a party that understands the importance of strong families, good schools, and common-sense policies. Until the Democrats return to those principles, they will continue to lose the trust of the people they claim to represent. In the end, politics is not just about winning elections, it's about shaping the future of the country. And right now, Many believe the Democratic Party is shaping America in the wrong direction. If the Democrats want to regain the trust of the American people, they must stop chasing extreme ideologies and start rebuilding the values that made this nation strong in the first place. Until then, the question, what is wrong with the Democratic Party, will continue to be asked, and the answers will not be pretty.